question is, at what altitude will we be going our 5-ish meters per second with a 1 kilometer full deploy? You know, that always was above the ground, and then on the more recent updates, it has become above sea level. So 475 or so when we really, I mean, it was like 550 and we were at 8. So with hardly any mass, just a capsule, we really need to give ourselves a good solid 500, at least 500 meter buffer, even at the Space Center. It just doesn't seem like it's 500 meters above sea level when I see the sea just right over there. And it seems pretty flat heading that direction. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, if you refresh, you'll see what it said all along, but you magically need to refresh to see. I can't explain why. .34 science. We are getting so close to getting our aviation unlocked, and then we can fly anywhere and everywhere. Yes, mysteriously it is named correctly. I would explain it to you, but it would be way above your level of comprehension. No, I had it named incorrectly. The stream was named KSP, a Kerbal Odyssey, Episode 2, but it was supposed to be named 2015, a Kerbal Odyssey, Episode 2. We all know what the game is, we just don't know what year it is. I mean, of course, now you know what year it is. But when this was recorded, who knows? Who knows? Fly by the moon. That could be fun. $9,000, you say? And I wonder if my comments are making sense to those watching on YouTube. Wait, no one's gonna watch this on YouTube? Never mind. Forget I said anything. Okay, we can go into space. Let's see. Why don't we try to do... Well, we can't do more than one at a time. Because of this guy. Let's science data from space. No, I don't want to do that. Let's test the skipper. No, I don't want to do that. Let's test the ant on a suborbital trajectory. Oh, the ant is this one. This is quite small. I don't see this going very well. I remember the old days when you could click apart and not have to wait about a half of a second for it to do anything. It would just work. I will need struts. Well, I'm hoping those winglets are connected. I don't think they are. I have used the ant. Al says, I don't think I've ever used the ant. I have used it. The ant is amazing. When you're flying around Minmus or Gilly, that's basically it. You can have a tank like this and you can go so far with it. Let's just aim south eventually. Okay, now, let's do it now. It's really good for satellites. If you need to make a plane change with a satellite, it doesn't have a whole lot of mass. The ant is quite useful. The Terrier might be overpowered for something like that. And I totally activated this early because I forgot about the... Oh, look, you can click run test. You can click run test! See? I knew you could do it. Remind me, if I don't remember, to go back to that contract and see how it is worded. If it says by staging or by running a test. See, I knew it was something you could do in this game. I knew it. And we really do have quite a bit of mass for what we're trying to do with it. It has not a lot of thrust, but we could probably leave this burning, I don't know if it's even burning, full throttle the entire remainder of this mission and still have fuel. Yeah, I think Kerbucks is the best use. It's the best term for money in Kerbal Space Program. Other people like collars with a K, like instead of dollars. I don't know. Yeah, isn't it terrible? How do you bring up the HyperEdit interface? You click on this H. And how much fuel do we have left? A lot of fuel. One of these I don't know if I actually installed the mod. There's a mod that gives you contracts that send you to some of the locations where the Easter eggs are. And I don't think I have it installed. I was just looking for it. Did not find it. So we are quite too far over to the east. And that is unfortunate. Well, the real solar system very well could get rid of the Easter eggs, but some of us might not have to worry about that. I did not like the fact that I couldn't point retrograde. So, we will obviously ditch the rest of the rocket and just try to make it here safely. And do a crew report just in case we're close enough, but I don't think we are. So that's what that sounds like. Yeah, that's fine. I think that was on the science Well, I didn't transmit the science though. Did I? Well, I can't transmit it. Maybe we hit our 120 to 300 second limit. So we should only have a few more tests to do before we can unlock and build some jets, and then crash while attempting to perform visual surveys anywhere below 54 kilometers. In flight, that may be an issue. In flight may be an issue. We have no debris, recoverable or otherwise. Fly by the moon. Why does this say Kerbin? This isn't Kerbin. Crew report from Earth's water. Crew report from launch pad. Some of these things I can't do, or I guess I don't really understand what I'm looking at here. Thanks for reminding me. Archives. To perform the test, use the Run Test option in the Parts Context menu when all test conditions are met. So, if I pay attention, I should be good to go on these tests. But I don't pay attention very much. If you haven't figured that out by now, well, I don't pay attention very much. Now you know. Okay, we are going to go into space. But yeah, thanks again for the reminder. I really appreciate it. My welcome? Just kidding. He spelled it correctly. Y-O-U''R-E. Let's throw this tank. Another excellent selection. By selection, I mean suggestion. A heat shield. Why, thank you. Now, unlike last time, this time, I want to bring things back with me. I want to bring the science back. Unused snack resource. Well, we do have a pilot who will be needing snacks, so I would say it's a used snack resource. This vessel has one snack container which is not used by or connecting to anything that requires snacks. Are there snacks in where else are the snacks? It says 5 snacks! All 5 snacks are here, where the person will be using them. We're gonna have landing gear. Now the question is, how will we keep this from tipping over? Yeah, radial mounted parachutes are not a bad idea. Neither are, I mean, we can have all 3 parachutes. Missing ladder. I'm not missing the ladder. I don't have, nor do I want ladders. Yeah, you know what? Let's just keep these at 500. So our goal is to go into space, collect science, and not die. So that's 3 goals. Not die is goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to go into space. And goal 3 is to collect the science. If you are to transmit data, you will need a comms something, like an antenna. Right. That is true. I would need that if I plan on transmitting any information. I do not plan on transmitting any information. You get a lot more science when you bring it back than when you transmit it. Unless you're doing like a crew report or an EVA report. Why would I be doing a gravity turn? I don't want to do a gravity turn. I'm going straight up into space. I thought I made that clear. We're not orbiting here. This mission is not dangerous. I will show you once again how undangerous it is to go straight up into space and then come right back down. We did it successfully a mere 24 or 25 hours ago. You can get 1.2 science. 0.5 science. Yes. You want me to go north? I could probably go north. Maybe a little west. Landing on land is preferable with landing gear. I don't really care to land on your house. I'm actually trying to aim for Wisconsin, which is where my house is. If you could type for real, you wouldn't be spelling though without the U. Although you might spell Lanch without the U. We're going spinning! Wow, we're getting a lot closer to Wisconsin than I thought we would get. Oh, looks like we might actually make it to my house. Yeah, I wonder what the Kerbal snacks are. I just assumed it was like a pistachio pudding, which is the type of pudding I'm assuming they think is on Minmus when they think Minmus is made of pudding. Because it's green, and I can't think of any other kind of pudding that would be green. Do they make lime pudding? Or like kale pudding? Mint? Maybe mint? Oh, we are over Wisconsin. I don't think kale pudding is heresy. And I don't want kale pudding, but heresy? I think I just went past my house. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. Did you see it? If you don't know, I'm sorry, let me try. If you can type for real, then I could read for real. Al says, if you don't think that kale pudding is heresy, you just don't know what heresy is. Maybe I do and maybe I don't. But I've never had kale pudding. And I don't think it exists. And if it does, it shouldn't. It should not exist. I will extend those landing struts when we are going quite slow. You know, I don't really know if it matters. I don't like extending them until we are fully deployed with one of our parachutes. Like, just on the off chance that they break off from going too fast. I don't think that's a thing or ever has been a thing. That's just the way I've always done it. Okay, so I decided that I really don't care for this. Maybe if it was a really low volume. Yeah, that's a good volume. Right there. What does SSTV stand for anyway? SSTV stands for... No, that's the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. That's a setting. CCTV is like closed circuit television. Google thinks that it's slow scan television. What does Google know? Snacks! I don't really care for this menu option. Why does it even have a menu? I don't know and I don't know. Question is, what's a Quindar and why has it got volume? I don't know and I don't know. Why don't you tell me what a Quindar is? 45.1 signs. Just enough. I feel about as excited as I feel when I play Excite Bike, which is really, really exciting. Oh, but we still don't have... Oh, we still don't have the tanks that I want to have. But we have our Weasley. I feel like calling it the Beasley. I don't know, one wing or two? Yeah, let's use 2 wings. They are the beeps at the end of chatter lines. They were used during the Apollo missions to indicate the speaker was finished talking. Well, roger that. Clipped the wrong thing. Theoretically, we can fly. Okay, so we should stay pretty stable, I believe, through this flight. Let's call this plane the Flying Squirrel. Bill. Should we kill Bill? Trademark Warner Brothers or whatever it is. Okay, let's try this with fewer Bills and more Valentinas. We already killed Bill, and then we reverted so that we can kill him more spectacularly, because his actions indicate he's not deserving of life. Well, I mean, aim up. Aim up. Why is it not going up? Why is it not going up? We have good at center of mass and center of lift. We have removed our oxidizer. I think a maximum pitch is about as much as I need. I've never seen that happen before. It's like the center of mass was, instead of here, it was way over here. And I even checked what it looks like when we empty. It doesn't change. Even if it empties solely from the back tank, which it shouldn't do. It should empty from both at the same time. Try 2 angled tail fins. Why on earth would I do that? How would having 2 angled tail fins help? I think Bill was somehow still inside. Well. I guess all I needed was more pitch authority. I hate space planes in Kerbal Space Program. And this isn't a space plane, but I hate all planes in Kerbal Space Program. They don't really make a whole lot of sense. They don't fly the way planes are supposed to fly in the real world. What was that explosion I just heard? Well, I mean, I've flown planes in actual flight simulators. That should not make any difference at all. Unless these swept wings, which they should provide so much more lift than we need. Do a barrel roll? What will you give me if I do a barrel roll? Whoop, no. Wait, no. You can't even really do a barrel roll. You just kind of spin way faster than... I mean, if you spun that fast in real life, those wings would fly off. Yeah, KSP planes do use tail planes for pitch. I don't know why you said tailplanes. I'd call them wings. I mean, fins. No, I'm not gonna land this. I said earlier what we would do is earn more science and unlock the parts for the planes and then crash the plane. That's what I said we would do. Oh my gosh. That is the worst joke I've ever read in my life. You should land it in Belize. It's unbelievable there. Oh man. Did you punch yourself for saying that? How will Val survive? With the parachute that I forgot to bring. Alright, I guess we will be trying to land after all. Or maybe it's all this monopropellant and the snacks that I brought on board. Gosh, I hope we have enough fuel to get there. I feel like you could never have too many snacks. The flying squirrel. I should name it the crashing squirrel. You know, for realism. You know, according to the map, we've only gone about 4 inches. No. Now that you're in Latin America, maybe you should start streaming in Espanol. To that, all I have to say is no. It's the only Spanish word I know. Except for all the other Spanish words that I know. Like como estoy, which I really liked hearing on Arrested Development. So, have you started any new career files in Kerbal Space Program? I do Quiero Taco Bell. Oh, you're doing this on your phone? Do you always do this on your phone? Can you even see? Whenever I have chat on my phone, the stream is so tiny. Sure, yeah, those are the mountains of Colombia. That's where all that wonderful coffee is grown. Speaking of coffee, I don't have coffee, but I do have tea, and it is quite cold. I'm going to heat it up by letting it simmer in my stomach for a while. I could try to land back at the space station. If your stomach is simmering, then you need to stop streaming and call 911. That's not the kind of simmering I mean. Like, more like simmer down. Well, really, I don't think any of these definitions work. Staying just below the boiling point while being heated, or being in a state of suppressed anger or excitement, or become calmer and quieter. I feel like we are halfway to our destination. And we have a lot more than 1/4 of our fuel. So I think we could make it there and back. Yeah, if you're gonna type in here, honestly, like, type in French or Klingon or Arabic or Spanish as much as you want. But I just want you to know that I only understand English for the most part. I did type in a little German the other day, and somehow I knew what you were saying or had an idea of what you were saying, but that's not normal for me. I mean, it looks like you're saying, where are the paramilitaries of Colombia? Is that right? I feel like the paramilitaries means something a little bit different than that. So now I know why people will edit these videos down. Because I might fall asleep due to boredom, and I'm the one doing this. I should edit videos, maybe. I just need some knowledge on how to do that. Has there been any buffering lately? I feel like there has. I could hire a video editor. Would you like to be my video editor? Pays really well. Did the buffering change when I stopped and restarted my stream? Why don't we do that? Why don't we stop the stream and restart the stream?